Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be fitting cruise control to a 15p Defender. Stay tuned. Today we're developing a kit so you, the customer, can have a plug and play system where you can just install the kit onto the car and get cruise control. So yeah, keep an eye on what we're doing. We'll go through everything. We'll show you what's required, how to install the switch, how to install the wiring. Obviously this one is the test rig, so it's going to be slightly different to yours, but we'll update the video and you can see where we've gone and what we've done and what we've improved on.
Let's get into it. Right, you need to remove the steering wheel, so undo the 22mm nut holding the steering wheel on. You may need a puller, you may not. Give it a good tug and you should be able to pull it off in your hands. Then onto the screws underneath the cowling. There's normally 7, depends on how many you've lost over the years. Take all them out, drop it off, move it to one side, we'll modify this later. Onto the dash. Remove the dash, make sure you can either leave it connected, as we did on this one, but or you can disconnect it and put it to one side, whichever you feel comfortable doing with.
Basically this switch has got to sit into here, so we need to cut a hole through there. Luckily we've done this before. All we need to do is copy exactly what this last one does. So it's using the standard bracket bent round. We've cut a hole through for the panel and it's simply riveted on the bottom.
This is Mark 1, so obviously yours will be a little bit tidier. So this is the modified one. You can see the angle of the bracket is critical to how the switch is fitted. The difference in the gaps is you have to take quite a bit of material out actually. So, but the angle of it's quite important. Let me get the switch and I'll show you why. So when you get the switch, hopefully it will come with a metal bracket. The metal bracket is fitted the opposite way around to the way it is in the modified housing. You need to obviously take it off, flip it round and do a little 90-degree bend right at the bottom, and then just put a rivet, sorry. I use the black one just so you can't really see. You can see that it will stick out slightly as well. And the reason is the angle of this is as that. So when it's on, it will sit like that. So it will sit straight. So that will sit in like that. You can see the angle just sits so it's nice and flush like that. The trick is to modify this. So the bend, it's already got the hole in ready for the rivet. You just need to put a little 90-degree bend on the bottom just so it sits at the right height. So on measurement, it doesn't have to be super accurate, it just needs to be around about 10mm up from the bottom, which is a bit fiddly. Let's get it right, so look about there. So if you put it in the vice and bend it across that line, should be able to. Just remember to bend it the right way. That's if you bend it the opposite way, it's gonna not work. But yeah, you can see that this is on the edge of this square section, which is conveniently left in place by Land Rover. On the new one, or the unmodified one, you can see it's just there as well. So ideally, you want to try and replicate fitting this in the same position as that, just in the corner. And then that would give you about the best location in terms of stalk and everything else.
So we've all templated up, pretty straightforward. We're 20mm from this line to the start here. This is 26mm wide, it goes 44mm down, radius of about 6mm at the bottom. So I've taped up across here and we're just going to copy that straight onto here, like that. That's where we're going to go. So with that one cut, all we've got to do is mark out to cut onto the top section. That mirrors the top and it just goes up 22mm from this join. So I've marked that off, we'll just cut that out, we're ready to go. Screwing the bracket back on, it's going to look a bit like this, and that sits inside this hole. We've got to drill a hole for a rivet on the bottom corner. That has got to pull everything up tight so that when we put the top case back on, it pulls up tight against there, because we've got to try and get all of that rubber to pull tight up against the trim. What we need to do is cut the corner off of here to make sure that clears the back end of our switch. So we'll take it down just behind that line there and just off that corner.
As you can see the cruise control is on. That's because of the modification of the wiring that we did. We can make sure that we can test to make sure the switch is working. You can see the cruise resume and set accelerate. You see each one will go to on when you press and hold them. So we know that the ECU is receiving the signal from the switch. So all the wiring is good. And it's just time for a road test. We've installed everything, it's all working, excellent. We've gone away, we've developed a kit. So you can just purchase the kit, install it, no soldering, nothing. You just literally plug and play, everything connects together. So it literally just all plugs in, like so. Yeah, the only bit you've got to do is install this bit, which is probably the most difficult thing. So, but hopefully that's nice, clear instructions that we've given you through the video, and yeah, any issues, give us a shout. This is the loom that we've developed. This kit is for a right-hand drive vehicle. Obviously left-hand drive vehicles may need a slightly modified loom. If you need this, you need to obviously let us know, we'll get this made for you. Obviously because it's a bit longer, because obviously, you know, the steering wheel's on the opposite side, incident. So but basically everything fits the same, it's all going to fit the same. On the 15p ECU, the standard settings are in the ECU, so you can use cruise control. If your vehicle is modified, so if you're running a non-standard drivetrain, so for example the transfer box is a 1.2 ratio instead of a 1.4 ratio, the plug and play system won't work straight away. This is because obviously you've changed the gearing, and in the Defender the settings are different. This is not a problem, I can change this, we just need to code the ECU slightly differently. This is the same for if you've got bigger wheels, different diff ratio, different fifth gear ratio in the gearbox potentially. But yeah, all of that can be calibrated and done so it will work. All it means is you either have to bring the car to me or go see one of my agents across the world to get that mod. The standard settings in the ECU mean that you can't use cruise control below 28 mile an hour and above 110 mile an hour. Don't ask how I found that out. So we can modify this, or I can modify this to work below 28 mile an hour. So if you're doing like slow work or anything where, you know, stop start traffic, it's just a nice little mod that I can add on to make it more pleasant to drive. And obviously with cruise control in there, well, you do actually get a bit more miles per gallon because you're not constantly on and off the throttle. So yeah, if you need that, get in touch. All the information is available on the description or on the documentation that you may have downloaded if you've already bought this. So I hope that was a informative video and it's helped you install cruise on your car. If you get stuck or need anything, just give us a shout. Contact details on the website or below in the description on the video. Yeah, if you've got any suggestions on what future videos you'd like to see, whether you want to see something on the dyno or, you know, just anything, give us a shout or comment below, and I'll look at getting that sorted for you. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, stay tuned.